Welcome to another video. So today we are going to do the final review of the steel Madko, and let's do it in a very fast way. This is the package, just for those that have never seen it. Hardware. Some card inside. Stickers, pouch, and nothing else. Okay, now let's just see the specs and the prices, because for those that don't know, this is on BPKS. Price is that, specs is here the specs if you want to check. Also Balisong, there are also other options, and that's the price, specs, other specs, and okay, you can pause if you want to see them. No, let's talk about it and what I think about. First thing first, the flipping. Okay, the flipping of this Balisong is, I think, not consistent enough as a starter, as a beginning Balisong, but probably more consistent if you really like blade bias Balisongs, because that's the main issue and the balance of this Balisong itself. Doing a lot of tricks, changing tricks over is difficult because the blade keeps a lot of momentum and the tricks becomes inconsistent while you do them, because you feel more forces while you try to change direction. That's because it has a lot of inertia. So for beginners it's not recommended because of how this thing is balanced. If I start this as a beginner, and now I changed my hand, some learning combos, tricks would be, I think, more difficult, because as you can see, it just feels more like need more force to do combos, to do tricks, and etc. But if you get used to it, yes, it is something like okay. Now, about the handles. Handles are really beautiful. These handles are probably one of the best steel handles I ever tried, because they are light enough and light enough for steel Balisongs, but it doesn't have much texture, which I would say it should be added. And also these patterns on the Balisongs, I mean where it just the cutouts on the Balisong aren't enough for grip, because it just sometimes feel like it would slip away, probably because also of the coating on it, which on this version feels like a double-edged sword. Okay, let's talk about it. The coating, it's very slippery if you have like dry hands, but if you have a little bit wet hands it becomes grippy, and that's why I say it's a double-edged sword. It just becomes grippy or not based on how you have your hands, and you should consider it. But normally it's like grippy, but I don't think enough. Also, the jimpings on this Balisong are very shallow, and because of also the coating, it doesn't grip enough. And with minimum force it will just drop if you don't keep it on the hand. On the hand, I mean on the fingers with enough force. And another thing, the surfaces, I mean the full surfaces, so the main, also the lateral, are slippery, as I said, in the way I said, because it's very smooth and doesn't have any texture, which is issue that I think should be like resolved by adding some type of texture. While the lateral side of the handles are mainly two lines with not much surfaces, which gives more slipperiness due to it. Now about the blade, let's talk about the blade. The blade is too much blade biased, and that's the main issue. The bottle opener is okay, and also because it's a Madko, this part here, it hurts when it hit your hand, and I don't think it's a very good thing. But it is cool to have that. Like if I do this, it can just hit me, and it's very bad as a feeling, and when you flip it, that's like a preference, or I think a downside, but it's only a like preference issues, and it's subjective. And yes, the main problem of this Balisong is the blade, because it's just too heavy, and it outbalances the handles. Another thing to say is that this blade, it's not the same as the Madko. I mean the steel Madko. Let me show you. I have here the blade of the steel Madko, and as you can see, it's not the same. As you can see here, I don't know what it's called, the gap here are completely different, and I don't think you can put this thing. I mean, maybe you can put this thing on, but it will be a very big gap. Probably like at least this way. It will be like this way. You should just know that before getting both things, because they are different. Okay, now the balance, as I said, it's blade biased, which it's the opposite of the steel XDYY still cracking, which is too much handle biased, and that's why I probably will do like a change of blades to see if it fits and if the balance will be resolved, swapping to these two. The sound, oh, I forgot also the tune, but this is how it is, like probably the same as it was before. Tap, there's a little out of the box, okay, it's not out of the box anymore, but it has tap, I'm a bit of wiggle, and play. So the tune, like when it was out of the box, it was similar to what it is now, and it's not as good as old armature Balisongs. That's probably something to consider. And yes, the sound test. It's quiet, crispy, and a bit nutty. And okay, the quality of this thing is like always of Armor Shark, I mean, good. There's nothing to complain about, quality issues, etc. So good, very good. And that's okay, as every armature product. The value compared to dollars, it's very high, I think, to this Balisong, only because the price, not because of how it performs. So I probably gave it a high value. You can check in the description my marks, points I gave to Balisong, and also the full review. So the tier of this thing is S-, mainly because of the price and what it offers. And just to conclude the video, because I don't want to keep you for a long time, overall I think this Balisong, it's not something I would recommend as a beginner. Let's talk about the main things you want to get this Balisong and why. It is outdoors friendly, budget friendly. It has a bottle opener. It is made of steel, which makes it nearly indestructible because you can drop it a lot of time and it still has like the same characteristics as before if you don't overdo it. And those are the pro characteristics, while the cons is the main issue. The cons are the balance, which is blade biased, and it is very bad because it doesn't offer consistent like performance in flipping. At least that's what I think, but if you get used to it, obviously it will get good enough. That's why I don't recommend this for beginners, because it doesn't have a standard balance. Another problem is the grip, which it's variable depending on how you have your hands, and also the shape. It's thin and not square, which it's something that you should consider because it's more difficult to do like choker fans because it doesn't rotate very well. Same issue with like the XDYY Kraken. It doesn't like grip enough on your hands to rotate. both for the geometry and also the grip. And that's pretty much all I can say about it. So in the end, I would say you should get it only if you want the characteristic I said and you don't have more than $20, because with like $15 more you can get something very better and performing, such as the Titus Kraken, or also the, I don't know, something on the price range that probably has a good balance. It's the Arm Shark Madko V5, probably not tried yet, but surely it has a better balance than this. Okay, maybe one day we'll talk about it. And another thing, PS, the Arm Shark Kraken, Steel Kraken, it's probably better than this. I'm not sure, but can probably beat this thing as a balance. Not sure, but need to try it. See you guys on another video.